A look outside the Beltway at Washington University in St. Louis, site of tonight's second presidential debate. Earlier this week, before the Friday bombshells, I sat down with my colleague Bill O'Reilly, author of the new book, Killing the Rising Sun. And as you'll see, we talked about all sorts of things. Bill, welcome to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
The second presidential debate tonight. What does Trump need to do? What does Clinton need to do?
Well, Trump has got to be feisty, but not mean. You know, he should have those two words, feisty, but not mean, because the folks are going to be surrounding him. You know, it's different than the other debate. You got that town hall thing, and
real people.
Yeah, and so it's a different kind of dynamic than when you're talking to a camera than when you're talking to a human being. So he's got to show some charm and some personality, but he's got to be tough.
And Clinton?
You know, she'll be the same that she always is. You don't see a lot of looks from Hillary Clinton. She's got her wrapped down. She'll come across as the concerned person who will fix your life. That's what she does.
You have known Trump for 30 years. When you see him in the debate, when you read about him tweeting in the middle of the night, does he know enough to be president? Does he have the right temperament to be president?
You know, does he know enough? That is a purely subjective point of view, because I don't think any human being knows enough to be president. It's who you surround yourself with. It's how much studying you're willing to do, how much research you're willing to do. Temperament, he's an impulsive man, Trump. He reacts emotionally. And so when you're president, it's different than when you're campaigning, because you would feel that he would be walled off a little bit in the White House. You know how that goes. You're not alone with anybody. They'll take his machines away from him in the middle of the night. Secret Service is always there. But on a campaign, he's been a little too impulsive, a little bit too emotional.
I want to talk to you about media bias, which I know is a subject that you are interested in. Rudy Giuliani went on the Sunday shows this last week, and he was asked about Trump attacking the Clintons' marriage. And here's how he was treated. Take a look.
Are you the right person to level this charge?
Yeah, I'm the right person to level this charge, because I never made such a charge, and I prosecuted people who committed rape.
But your past, you have your own infidelities, sir.
Well, everybody does, and I'm a Roman Catholic, and I confess those things to my priest. And I think the accusations are about Hillary Clinton taking money from countries
The accusation was that Hillary Clinton was cheating on Bill. That's what the accusation was. It was an unhinged and wild accusation. I can understand why you can't defend it, because it's indefensible.
Now, you said that Chuck Todd should apologize to Giuliani. I thought Tapper was even worse. What's going on here?
Well, I don't like the personal stuff, and I think Todd sandbagged him, Giuliani, the mayor, because he knew he was going to ask him that question, and that's not right. The prevailing wisdom in Washington, as you know, and in New York City, is that we journalists know better than everybody. We know better than everybody, all right? We're smarter, all right, than the president, the senators, the mayors, and particularly a barbarian like Trump. That is really, the fangs are really out, because they don't think, they being journalists, that Trump is worthy enough to even run. He's not worthy. So that's what you're seeing, and that's absolute bias.
Speaking of bias, you and your show is getting hammered right now for Jesse Waters and the piece he did on Chinatown. Let's show a clip.
Am I supposed to bow to say hello? I like these watches. Are they hot?
JCPenney 398.
Now, you know this piece is being widely criticized as, quote, racist.
Do you want me to give you the accurate report on it?
Well, do you think it was over the line? Do you regret it?
I would have edited it a little bit differently than it was edited, but no, it wasn't over the line. We ran that piece on Monday of last week, okay? 5 million people plus saw it live time. You know how many negative letters we got? Less than 10. You know how many phone calls came into Fox News? 0, as far as I know. We checked, okay? It was 36 hours later that this outrage appeared. And where did it appear? Far-left websites, far-left precincts. I read every single one. They're all the same. So this is an attack on Fox News, That's what it is. It's happened before. I thought it was a gentle piece. There were a few things in there that I felt were over the line. The old lady, I would have taken that out. I should have seen it before, but I'm so busy with the election that I didn't. But Waters is a gentle satirist. He's worked very well for us. We're proud of him. And this is an organized campaign. This is what they do. They've done it before.
All right. Let's turn to this.
Yes.
Your latest bestseller, Killing the Rising Sun. Now, I have a confession to make. I had never read any of the Killing books.
You're fired. You have to get out of the building right now.
Until this one. I got to tell you, no, I'm being honest and serious here. I thought it was gripping. I learned a lot. I was thoroughly entertained. I read somewhere where you said history is fascinating, but history books are too often boring.
Yeah, they're 900 pages.
This is anything.
No.
But boring.
And now you have to go back and read the other
Well, no, I want to.
Right? You have to read the other 5.
Yeah.
Look, what Martin Dugard and I have crafted is a franchise for people who want to know about history, but they don't have time to read 900 pages. So we give you 300 action-packed pages.
No, I love it. It's in present tense.
Right.
You got a lot of details I've never heard before.
Dugard's a brilliant researcher. We put you on the ground when that atom bomb drops. So you're right there on the ground. We put you on Iwo Jima with the Marines. You're right next to them.
All right, I'm going to talk about the atom bomb, because you explore the controversy, which has lasted ever since Hiroshima, about whether it was right to drop the atom bomb, and you come down firmly on the side it was absolutely the right decision.
Yeah, and for selfish reasons, I wouldn't be here. Because my father...
Well, wait, because I want to...
all right.
No, I want to interrupt.
Right.
I want to interrupt you, as you always do, because let's put this picture up on the screen. This is the surprise that comes out in the book, that this guy, an unnamed ensign in the middle of the Pacific during World War II, named William J. O'Reilly.
That's right. And so I have a emotional attachment. But I decided to write the book because of Reverend Wright, because of President Obama's preacher when he said, "God damn America, that chickens are coming home to roost for Nagasaki and Hiroshima." When I heard that, my head snapped back. I said, wait a minute, you know, that's wrong. Let me, and someday I'm going to clarify the record. And here's someday. Right here, Killing the Rising Sun. And the interesting thing that we did was we asked the 5 living presidents if they would have done what Truman did.
You have the letters in the back of the book.
We have the actual letters. I asked them to write to me personally.
Right.
President Obama wouldn't write to me because I don't believe he would have dropped the bomb. I don't believe he would have. President Clinton didn't answer because his wife is running for president and he didn't want a controversy. The other 3 presidents did, Jimmy Carter and the 2 Bushes, and they said they would have. And we show you why. They give their reasons why.
Finally, you have been talking recently about the possibility, actually, you say that the real chance that you might leave the Factor because you say you're tired of working this hard.
I work hard.
Oh, well, okay. Let me just say, and we're roughly the same age, we've both been in the business roughly the same, you're not going anywhere.
Well, you look so much older than me that that comment just startled me. That
you are not going anywhere.
Look,
why do you even pretend that?
Here's the deal. Right now in my life, I have accomplished everything that I have ever wanted to accomplish in my whole life. It's a miracle. It is a miracle. I'm sitting here across from the legendary Chris Wallace. All right, I have no more things to accomplish.
I understand, but I mean, look at my father. You do it, and then you get up the next day and you do it again. He did it into his 80s.
You know, I loved him.
I know you did.
But I have to evaluate how much, all right, of the acrimony that I want to absorb, because I am the target. I am the target, all right, every single day of my life. I have to have bodyguards, all right? I have to have security. Do I really want to do this? Now, I think that the Factor is still a very worthy enterprise, and we help a lot of people, we employ a lot of people. So my decisions are very, very difficult, and they will be taken very methodically. But I'm not in it like Andy Rooney until I'm 90. I'm not. So we'll see what happens.
Chances that you'll be working on the Factor 5 years from now.
I could be fired. My ratings could go down.
Chances you'll be doing it 5 years from now.
I can't handicap it. A lot of it has to do with your health too. Wallace and I are old guys, you know, and we can wake up tomorrow wheezing, you know, and if we do, we have to get out.
Bill O'Reilly, everyone.
Right. Thank you for reading the book, Wallace. It's about time.
And now I've got so many more books to read. The name of the book, Killing the Rising Sun. Bill,
all right.
Great to have you here. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you.